What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? My name is Angel Lakita Moore Tanksley, also known as That Chick Angel. I'm one of the hosts. Tell them who you are, baby.
What's happening, family? I'm the other host. Marcus Tanksley, also known as Tank, also known as Marcus Ain't on the Gram, Marcus Ain't on the Book.
Oh, gosh.
We're about to have to resuscitate this chick.
It's so much happening right now. Literally, when I said before we started that I was dusty, dust flew into the back of my throat.
Mm-hmm.
You see, my husband don't care.
You all right? You coughing. If you wasn't coughing and trying to gasp for air, that's be concerned about.
Well, guys, since my husband didn't want to try to save the show and tell you all what the show's about while I'm over here trying to get myself together.
Because you coughing over me.
I will tell you all. This is a podcast that me and my husband do every single week on Wednesdays. See how
distracting that is?
And it is all about whatever we want to talk about.
Absolutely.
It's about spousal support, especially when you don't get it. It's about our kids, like our co-host, Amar Tanksley, who's joined us fresh off of a nap. And we
talk about a little bit of everything. This is going to cause an argument because sometimes it does. It may cause an argument between us or one of these heifers watching. But these heifers, I mean, they are our media family, our Patreon.
Yes, the baby's about to show my whole nipple. You gonna tell them what you're feeling, Amar? Nope. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, and our media family, meaning our Patreon, they are watching us record this live. So we are also talking to them, reading their comments as it's coming up, and they saying Amar. Yeah, Amar can just go elsewhere.
Yes, you know? I'm having to try to keep my boob out of frame because he has accosted me.
Yeah, because Angel's doing so great at weaning.
I got the best support and help from my husband.
Yeah, you do.
So, I mean, I too am shocked with all the help you're giving me.
New crib, completely ready to go.
Yeah, I went and bought that thing. Thank you.
You did.
I'm glad you put it together.
It wasn't a simple. Yeah, I put it together. I ain't got no. Oh, you put that together. I ain't get nothing.
I didn't get nothing when I
bought
the stuff.
I just walked in and just saw it. Where's my so-and-so at? Say
Wait a minute.
I got so much other stuff I could have done.
Wait a minute, sir.
What?
Sir, did I get anything for when I bought anything?
Absolutely, every time.
No, you have not.
Every time. You get it so much, you ignore it.
And you a lie.
You know what Angel told me one day? She said, how come you don't ever call me your pet names like babe or anything? I said, Angel, I do that all the time. I do it so much, you ignore it now. And she had to think back. And there was one time I was able to get her to see.
Right, but I'm talking about currently, right now, what I'm saying.
You don't know what I'm working on right now.
No, I am saying, I'm saying for any of the stuff I bought. Yeah, you said, yes, you put together his crib, but you didn't say, hey, babe, thanks for going and handling that and buying that.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, I appreciate you putting it together.
You don't appreciate the damn thing, dude.
We also want to say a special thank you to our sponsors. They help make this podcast happen. They are Apostrophe, Bulldog Yoga,
and Best Fiends.
And we'll tell you more about them and how you can learn more about them and use them, which also, like I said, help support the podcast. So we love to start each of our episodes off with a segment we like to call In My Feelings. Sometimes we do Take Sleep Pride, but I think In My Feelings is way more prevalent, especially with the news that we got today.
Yeah.
In the case of what's his name? Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin. Listen, I can't even remember how to say his name.
The guilty bastard that killed George Floyd.
He was actually found guilty, which is so not what we expect these days.
Yeah, you really don't expect that. But what's
Chauvin? Thank you, Nikki.
Chauvin. Oh, she put how to spell it in the proper
Chauvin.
Yeah. But what's it's a shame that everybody's on pins and needles because we're expecting something like this not to get served justice.
Yeah.
And when it does, it's like it feels like a relief. However, you can't help but think, all right, did they find him guilty just to find the next 10 innocent?
I think they found him guilty to keep Minneapolis or Minnesota from being lit on fire.
That might be the only reason.
Mm-hmm. I'm truly, but
there's a good chance it had nothing to do with actual justice being served. They said if we don't want our homes and the courthouse and everything else to get burned to the ground, we need to find him guilty.
Yeah. But lo and behold, it does feel like, I don't know, we might be chipping away, especially after Breonna Taylor's murderers weren't even indicted. It feels like, whew.
Yeah, there was one. I think, what was it? One charge for the stray bullet that went into somebody's apartment.
Endangerment. It wasn't for murder. It was for endangerment. So, I'm going to see that we're scratching away at something. But it definitely. I still remember when they did not. They indicted him. He was found guilty. Or did they not indict him? The man that murdered Trayvon Martin. I still remember that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, guess I won't be watching these things anymore because this broke my heart. So to find out,
and it's so sneaky. It's like this criminal justice system in the U.S. We ain't gonna stay on this very long. We got a real light, happy podcast for you. But the criminal justice system in the U.S. is built to keep certain criminals free. Mm-hmm. Like with Breonna Taylor, with Trayvon Martin, killer. I don't even want to say his name because I hate him. I really do. I hate his guts. Hope he burns in hell. The way they do the prosecution is they make it a 50-50, where those type of situations, it shouldn't be 50-50. Like with Trayvon Martin, it's black and white. This dude went chasing someone, got his ass whooped, and then shot and killed someone.
Right.
That's guilty.
Right.
Breonna Taylor, you kicked open the door. I don't care who you are. You kicked open the door unannounced, and you killed somebody. That's black and white. Bodies, yes, plural.
Yeah.
That's black and white. So the way they set up the prosecution is like, well, the law says Breonna Taylor's, because of the law, what the law, quote unquote, law says, they actually did not break any laws because it's legal, or was legal, I don't know if it still is, in Kentucky for armed officers to bust up in somebody's house unannounced.
Right.
So and like I said, it's set up to make certain people walk. However, you can be a mother of 5 or 6 and be fending your family and shoot someone that's been beating you for the past 6 years, and you can shoot into the air. This is a legit, I can't remember her name. She shot into a warning shot into the air. They gave her 5 years in prison.
Into the air. But this is about us.
That's what's got us in our feelings.
And this is
in the negative way.
I was saying it had me in my feelings in a good way that he was actually found guilty.
Oh yeah, I hope
That's what I was saying. I was like, it turned to the other in my feelings. I was like, no, bring it back.
I hope they accidentally walk into the black section of the prison and they just do him wrong for a couple months.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. So yeah, we'll wait. We'll be waiting for sentencing, and hopefully
that's gonna be the other thing. Right. The sentencing is like we ain't out of the we not out of the forest yet.
Right. There's no telling what they're about to do. But I'm gonna breathe for the moment that I'm gonna breathe for a moment that we have right now. Sorry, a text message came through of this stupidity. What's got you feeling good? Not about our topic, but what anything else got you feeling good? Are we gonna be able to get your mom here next week? That would have me feeling really good. Know.
That's what also got me in my feelings. Mama been pissing me off.
No.
She need to just retire on this ignorant shit. Oh, yeah, where you see a supervisor? What? My mom was pretty much in a position where they're begging her to keep working and not retire. I'm like, retire.
That's got you feeling some type of way.
This is annoying. I don't even want to talk about it.
Well, you know what's got me feeling some type of way? Because I already gave my good, even though you turned it into a bad. My some type of way is finding a nanny. I'm coming down to the wire where I have to have someone. Next week is our last week, and I only have her for 2 days. I need a nanny. This is not even like we're fine. We'll just piecemeal something. Like there needs to be a person here. And it has been hard. And people are, I feel as though, trying to charge ridiculous amounts. And it's not like we ain't paying well. But it's like, it's very difficult in this time, because I have literally, I know just over this weekend hit up like 10 different people on apps. And some people already booked, some people just their flexibility doesn't work for my flexibility, because like my normal schedule, you all know, is I do Here's the Thing on on Tuesdays and Fridays. So that's my set thing. But then last week I shot Atypical. Sometimes these shows, my call time is 6:30. Marcus is already gone to work. So I need someone who has...
I'm not working swing shift or something.
I need someone who has the flexibility to be able to come in that early if necessary. Not all the time. That's not how my schedule is all the time, but the flexibility. And we're offering a minimum amount of hours so that they know no matter what, even if I only use them 8 hours, they're going to get 15 or 20 hours a week. Some people this one lady I talked to, she wanted to charge $35 an hour, and she wanted them, she could only work 2 days. No, she wanted 2 or 3 days, but she wanted 20 hours out of those 2 or 3 days. I was like, ma'am.
Dang.
That's not gonna work. I was like, 35 an hour? If we're doing 35 an hour, then I'm paying you above the table and we taking out taxes.
Yeah.
Would you not?
You are a write-off at this point.
Right. If I'm paying you 35 an hour, then we're going to need to do this completely legitimately. You're going to have to be paid out of the S corp.
I know people making salary that ain't 35 an hour.
I was like, nah, you done made that up. I'm not paying 30. I ain't never paid an Andy 35 an hour, and I'm not about to start. That's what I figured.
No, it's in that other one.
I could feel it. I could feel the dust.
You got a plate tectonic hanging up out your nose.
Is it really big hanging out?
It was. You didn't hear it hit the floor?
Shut up. What's got you feeling good?
What's got me feeling good? The weather. We coming up on summer. That's got me feeling. Look, y'all. For all y'all talking about Marcus quit his job, y'all look.
Wait.
Well, it's on your lip now. God dang, girl.
Marcus, then help me out. You just talking about.
I'm letting you know.
You could grab it.
No, I ain't grabbing that, girl. I ain't got the arm string. Thing was huge.
No, when we talk about the topic of the day, we'll talk about.
All right.
But
what's got me feeling?
Yeah.
Y'all. I'm hopefully sometime soon. I'm gonna start working out again.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start working out again, y'all.
Besides what you do with Bulldog Yoga.
Besides what I do with Bulldog Yoga, and it's gonna be mixed in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get to go out in the garage, do my Bulldog Yoga and stretch. Mm-hmm. Do a little weightlifting. Yeah. Get my cardio back up.
I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. They're not up yet. I was just asking. Marcus was ready. But since we're here, we can go ahead and talk about our first game, which is best feeds. Woo wee doggy. When I tell you, y'all know I'm about to be traveling a whole lot on tour. And when I travel and there's like layovers and stuff, I need something to distract me because the wait will start to irritate me. When you be having these 2 and 3 hour layovers, stop, Amar. I need something to distract me. And when I tell you, Best Fiends is a casual mobile puzzle game that I am obsessed with. I think I said I'm on like a level 135 now. And what you do is each level you're trying to kill these big slugs, right? And you use your little friends. These are the little fiends. They look like little bugs to help get out these combinations that you have in the thing. And you have a certain amount of moves that you got to do it in. Oh, I don't know why. It is so like
addicting.
It's so I'm just obsessed with it. It's just everything. I also like that I can play it with my kids because it's nothing like there's no violence in it. It's just literally trying to figure out this puzzle. So little Marcus will jump on, sometimes Cy and Kai will. We don't do no shoot 'em up games or nothing like that. And it's absolutely free. That's the other thing. Like it is completely free to download. You don't have to pay nothing to download that game, and you can have yourself a good old time. And you can play it whenever you want. Like I've played it a whole lot and then taken time away from it, like say a month or so. And I come right back and they still got my spot. Now I'll be like, all right, let's get it. Let's get it. Over 100 million downloads has happened with this game. And like I said, the characters are just so cute. And they also have like different challenges. So like where's the holiday, like when Valentine's Day came around, they have like a Valentine's Day challenge. It'd be fun. They be trying to take up my time. I love it. With Best Fiends, there's something new daily and tomorrow and every day after that. Literally thousands of levels to play and counting, plus tons of cute characters to collect. So if you never get tired of solving puzzles, good news. With Best Fiends, the fun never ends. Just don't blame me if you're slightly obsessed. I'm just trying to tell you. All right, this is what we want you to do. Download Best Fiends free today on the Apple Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends. Thank you, Best Fiends, for sponsoring this podcast. Y'all give it a try. Let me know what level you make it to. Okay, so to the topic at hand. You ready? So we told our Patreon who are watching right now, that we had a big announcement.
Huge announcement, yeah.
Huge. We got some people guessing in our Patreon.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about me.
Wait a minute. Some people thought I was pregnant.
Angel ain't pregnant. If she is, it ain't by me.
No, if it is, it's because his super sperm decided to bust through the
I wouldn't put it past him.
the gap in the vas deferens. Just take a leap across.
The potency level is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal, babe. Not pregnant. Not at all. Everybody else was like, oh, Marcus quit his job. We popping bottles.
Can I now explain me not quitting my job?
Yes, baby.
God dang. Y'all, I can't just quit my job. All right. I got good insurance. I get paid pretty damn well. I ain't just gonna be quitting no job, y'all. That ain't what it is. I'm still working. Not to say it ain't gonna happen. Not to say it won't happen or it can't happen, but no, it ain't.
It ain't.
That ain't it, y'all.
But
however,
a reason why he ain't quitting no time soon is, as some of you all guessed correctly, we have a new house.
That's what's had us in our feelings for a minute. It's been a rocky road.
What's so funny is all of our Patreon are asking, when y'all moving? We've moved, y'all. That's why I'm over here. That's why I'm exhausted. Amar. That's why I'm over here exhausted, scruffy, sticky. We are in our new office.
Yeah, we're in the new office. That's an actual office. It ain't a closet.
Yeah, it's not a pantry converted to a closet.
Yeah. A pantry converted into a closet that you put a desk in.
Oh my gosh, you guys! No, hold on. Hopefully, y'all can still hear us. The baby came to mute us, but he didn't. The level of foolery.
Yeah.
This process has been. So let's explain. Yeah, but let's explain a couple of things just so they understand. One, we will not. Those of you all who follow my That Chick Angel YouTube page, we will not be doing a full house tour like we typically would do. Shantae said Tahir gave me the hint on. Yeah, Tahir ran his mouth.
Yeah, Tahir don't know how to.
I knew.
It's like Kevin and Melissa was vacationing. He was like, "Yeah, Kevin in Hawaii right now." I'm like, "You really just gonna put their business out there,
and the
location
Lord
and all?"
Had said to me, "Tell Tahir, don't mention the house," and I was like, and because the thing is, I hadn't said anything to Tahir. I said something to Farron. And sure enough, what I thought, the Lord be telling me things. Amar, can we not? The baby's trying to get to my boob. Stop. So, excuse me. So we won't be doing a full house tour, just on the strength of we want to make sure we are being safe online, safer than before.
Yeah.
Shay, our admin, was like, how about the admins? She's like, I don't care about everybody else. We need to talk. However, Patreon will be getting more exclusive looks of the house. We'll be doing a lot of before and after.
Yeah, I got some projects I'm gonna be doing, so y'all gonna see that.
And so you'll get some pieces. Like I said, Patreon, we're gonna make sure y'all get some extra pieces.
Yeah.
What we share on That Chick Angel TV will be it'll be very specific. But we are
y'all gonna see enough of it.
Yeah, y'all gonna feel like y'all not gonna feel like we ain't never what they house look like.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna give no front door to back door tour like we did before.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be a lot more selective.
Yeah. Like I said, I got projects I'm doing, so that's gonna be content that y'all will be getting. Like
the old house, y'all saw every nook and cranny. There wasn't no part of that house that y'all did not see.
Y'all saw the upgrade. The remodel. Y'all saw
finally
everything.
When that happened, y'all saw way too much of that house, to be honest. I was like, oh God, going back to re-edit out stuff. But
here's the address. We own these cross streets.
I was like, we got to be a little more careful this time. We know all of you all are sane, but just in case someone insane decides to watch us, we just don't want to make our lives too much more difficult.
Yeah, y'all know I got subliminal beef out there.
Okay, so let's walk them through the process.
All right, so back in actually late last year, November or so, we decided, all right, let's go ahead and do this whole house. You know, the market's going crazy. Let's go ahead and see what's going to be like to put our house up for sale. First, we found out what we would be able to sell our house for, or an estimate.
Right, and the big reason why we went ahead and jumped was that I got switched over to an employee for the podcast. I was an independent contractor
for the new laws and everything.
But once I was switched over to an employee, if y'all don't realize this, when you're trying to get finance for a house, if you're not able to buy a house with cash, which we can't do currently, but we will before God calls us on to glory, you have to prove that your income is consistent and that it is enough to be able to afford the monthly payments to pay off the debt of the mortgage of the house. So when you are a 1099, that is what does not show. It's harder to prove consistent work as a 1099 because you're saying it's independent. Mm-hmm. It ebbs and flows whenever whenever you get a contract. So because of the state laws of California, employee laws, I was switched over to a W-2, which then made it very easy to prove we can afford.
Yeah, we can afford it and
higher mortgage.
They can see a history and all that stuff.
Okay.
So anyway, we decided to put the house on the market. Well, first we decided to find out how much it'd be worth, and we reached out to a company, and they were just like, "Okay, we give an estimate from this to this." Mm-hmm. We were like, "Dope! That sounds great."
We had first thought about selling directly to
the company. They help, like, you know how you have those real estate companies, Century 21 and all those. Some of them will buy your house.
They'll buy
However,
it directly.
buy directly from you, which makes the process a lot easier. However, it won't sell for as much. It's almost like trading your car in versus private sale. Yeah. You do a private sale, you're gonna get more for it versus trading it in.
Right.
So
we thought about that, but when we saw the margin of money that we would be losing, because the benefit of doing that is you know exactly the date you're gonna close. That will not change. You know exactly what you're getting. So you can gauge when you're buying and selling at the same time better. You could be like, okay, I know for certain that because these companies don't need financing. They're using their own money to buy the house. Where a lot of times when you're buying from another person or another person is buying from you, you got to make sure all their finances are together and that their loan goes through. So we decided not to do that. Oh, I can't tell the story with you. I gotta.
Nah. So we saw how much we would possibly sell for. So we was like, all right, let's go ahead and put it on the market. And we wanted to do that. What was it? End of January, beginning of December.
We wanted to do it at the end of December.
End of December, beginning of January. However, your boy had COVID.
Literally, the plan was to take pictures right after Christmas of the house, put the house on the market, or have the open house. Excuse me, I'm over here belching. The first week of January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd was supposed to be an open house.
Yeah,
we were gonna go on vacation, stay at an Airbnb, and have people come look at the house while we weren't there.
Yeah, because the way they do it right now, for anybody that hasn't been on the market to know that process, used to you just be able to go to an open house and just go to it. However, now because of COVID and everything, you have to schedule an appointment, show up with your realtor, and I think you have to schedule. It's supposed to be within 24 hours before, but sometimes you can schedule the same day. So to make it easier, they just have, if a house is newly going on the market, they'll have the family stay somewhere or be away from the house for like a period of time, like for 1, 3, 5, however many days, while they can set up tours.
Right.
So we didn't get to do that because the boy had COVID,
and it was so funny.
Go ahead. No, we had to push everything out a couple weeks.
What was so funny? A couple of funny things. One, so just to let y'all in on this, if you watch our vlog, the vlog where we stayed at an Airbnb,
we said we taking a Cali vacation. That's because our house was on the market.
Our house, we were doing an open house. And then, what is this child going through? And then the first time they came to take pictures of the house.
So, dude,
it was still Christmas time. We still had the Christmas tree up. Marcus was finally done with COVID, so it was the new year. But
yeah, so the dude comes and shows. Take him outside. The dude comes. He shows up to take pictures, and for one, Angel's got Mama Likes boxes stacked all over the house.
Oh yeah, I hadn't mailed the boxes out yet. Oh.
So our plan was we got the house kind of neat, and we figured, okay, whatever room you plan on taking pictures in, we'll just get that room ready. And then when you come out of there, we'll move everything to the other room. But this dude, they don't do pictures like that. They want the whole house done in 3D. Don't nobody do no 3D tour when they're looking at the goddamn house. Anyway, so he had an attitude, which we didn't appreciate. So I had an attitude.
He was just like, listen. And he was like, let's just do it later without the Christmas tree.
Yeah, that was the other thing, without the Christmas tree, because they wanted to be neutral. As far as, everything going on, they didn't want like Christmas trees up and all that type of stuff, which I kind of get. But don't say my house is too damn messy after we done cleaned it up somewhat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we had to reschedule that, which then pushed us putting the house out on the market even further. So they were like, you need to pare down. You just got too much stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to get a storage unit. Put a bunch of stuff in the storage unit. That's when y'all saw me picking up weight, it's because I lost all ability to be able to work out in the garage because half of the house was sitting in the garage because we had to take so much stuff out of the house to make the house more appealing, to make the house not look so cluttered. And so our garage
is extremely cluttered.
Yes, so cluttered, Jesus. So the garage, the treadmill had boxes underneath it. The weights had
the weight machine, everything. Side note, that's why man shit has been what's it called? Sold out, because I am not able to make any new batches right now because all my stuff is boxed up. But we're gonna get to that in a second. That's coming later on in the story.
So we have the open house. Now our realtor sold us this dream of you're gonna put it on the market for this much. There's gonna be a bidding war.
Yeah, it's worth this much. We're gonna scale it back to get a lot of people interested. We're gonna create a bid war to get it far past that. That's just how the market's going.
We were like, if it gets to that number, bet.
Because at first we didn't want to scale back. We like, no, put it at that. He was like, then he explained it. We were like, all right, you the expert. Handle your business.
And we looked at the market and based off of what he said, all the houses were kind of doing that. Yeah. They were starting at a number, but being a lot higher. So our open house app, literally the pictures go up on a Thursday night.
Which is not how they usually do it.
And then we are live
Friday morning. Usually it'll show coming soon. It'll show the picture of the house coming soon, like a week or two before it actually comes on the market, to keep people, to get a bunch of eyes, People save it, they like it, so it notifies them as soon as it's ready. We went coming on Thursday, went up on Friday.
Yeah.
So with my our alarm system and everything, the way it works, if any door's been left open, I get a notice on my phone. So the whole weekend while we're at that Airbnb, I'm like, that's one. I counted 3 times. My got a notice on my phone, either the front door, the back door, or something was open. So I'm like, don't sound like we had a lot of traffic.
Like barely. We spent all this money to stay at this Airbnb, and I think maybe 4.
Three. Was
it 3?
The 4th canceled.
3 people came.
They were expecting like 30 visitors, 30
like
appointments, 15 at minimum, probably 30. It's going to be just crazy traffic. Make sure you get the house cleaned, disinfected, COVID clean, because it's going to be crazy. We're like, so what the hell happened?
No, I wasn't like, what the hell happened? I was just like, okay, well, this isn't great. But we also were in this place of, we don't have to sell the house.
Yeah, we were saying that from day one. We told him, we don't actually have to sell. We don't have to go anywhere. But we see how much we can possibly get. So we might as well.
Just see.
Let's just start.
And houses in our neighborhood were selling like hotcakes. And we were like, okay.
And we saw how much they were selling for and going on the market for. I'm like, oh, we bigger than this. Oh, ours is nicer than that. Bet, let's do this.
Yeah, we were like, come on. Okay, before we get to the next part of this, let me tell you about our next sponsor, which is Jesus. Next sponsor is, oh my gosh. Our next sponsor is Bulldog Yoga. And you know what I needed right now, just to relax myself and relax my body from all this moving and from my husband being the worst. Oh my goodness. So Bulldog Yoga makes doing yoga fun. Okay. And there's so many benefits to yoga that a lot of you all know already, but some are increasing flexibility, being able to just work on strength training. It's also just brings about a peace that a lot of other forms of working out don't do. But with Bulldog Yoga, you don't have to be intimidated, because yoga is different than, most workouts.
Yeah, somebody like me can go get some Bulldog Yoga in the privacy of my house, my office, where have you, without being embarrassed from being stiff.
And let me correct, it's called Bulldog Online, but it is yoga. And they have classes on demand, and you can also use some of the pre-recorded classes so that you can do them whenever it's convenient. They have really short classes, like about 12 minutes, and then you can also do an hour workout. And they have it for youth, beginners, all the way up to people who would consider themselves more experts and really want to get their heart pumping. And I think, especially for anyone who is starting back working out, like my husband, starting out with something like yoga is the best thing to do, so that you're not out here blowing your back out again. You're not pulling anything. You're getting your body warmed back up to try to get your body back into shape. And you can completely get in shape with yoga. I remember doing yoga when I was 9 months pregnant with little Marcus. It was so, it was so great. I'm going to fight this baby. I'm going to put him in yoga. The twins love yoga too. So does little Marcus. It's something that the whole family can do. And we really want you to check out our sponsors, Bulldog Online. You can try your first 30 days for free at bulldogonline.com. That's bulldogonline.com, and use the code ARGUE for an additional 50% off your first paid month. Again, that's bulldogonline.com, coupon code ARGUE. So again, I want to emphasize the website and the app are Bulldog Online. All right. So make sure you check them out and get yourself in shape and feeling healthy and feeling peaceful.
Absolutely.
So, so we get the 3 people, and we get 2 offers, right?
We got 3. And then I don't think there's one all the way through or something. I don't know.
No, we got 2 at their first weekend.
The young people?
No,
Oh, that was that one. Okay, yeah,
that was
right.
later.
Yeah.
The first weekend we got 2. Both were over asking, but not way over asking. Both were like, one was like 5 over and one was 15 over. And so we were like, all right, let's try this 15. Okay, I thought he pulled out something that I need. Let's try this 15 one. Well, they were wanting so much stuff.
They wanted
a credit in the appliance. Stop it. And one of our big things, this was what was frustrating. With the realtor or the realtor company that we use, they have you fill out this whole thing about what you want to include in the sale, what is excluded from the sale.
Basically, they answer so many questions, all these questionnaires, to where they shouldn't have to ask you another question because they ask in so much detail. It's like what's included, was not included, what's acceptable, was not acceptable, everything. Like I think a questionnaire was like dang near 100 questions.
It felt like
we both
lot.
had to do it.
Yeah. So we are just looking at the money, right? We like 815, let's do it. So then when we start countering and we're only getting the RFP, I think is what it's called. And that's just the things that the request form pretty much of I'm requesting this or they're requesting that. We were no longer getting the full offer paper. So finally, like, I don't know, 2 days later of negotiating, I get sent the whole offer again. And I see, okay, not only, okay, we agreed to this whole, what's this thing called? Crediting them. And I remember when we lived that life, that's when you don't have a lot of money. So you need the buyer to credit you back money that you're getting a loan for because you're cash poor. So not only are we crediting them, they were getting our appliances and they were getting our chandelier. Now, our chandelier is like a $4,000 chandelier.
Yeah. And we put on there a couple of times, we are taking the chandelier.
We are taking the
We don't care if we got anywhere to hang it. Guess what? We taking it.
That is our chandelier. It's coming. You all can go to Home Depot or we'll go to Home Depot, but you're not taking this chandelier. So we had to be like,
Yeah, we were like, no. Then we're like, why is all this? Why are they even asking for this? Don't they see? So our trash realtor, he's trash. He's a piece of shit. I hope he watches this.
I've forgiven him.
I have too. He's still a piece of shit. He is like fighting back a little bit, like a little hesitant. It's like, well, they got these offers, and it's really not a lot. Most likely, the house you find is probably going to have it. We're like, no, absolutely not.
No, that's what he was saying. He was saying, well, if these are you could lose these people.
Yeah, that's what he kept saying too.
These are your buyers.
Yeah, we don't want to lose your buyers. We're like, we don't give a damn about these buyers.
I was like, we don't have to sell the house. I'd rather sell the house for what I want to sell it for and get what I want than to sell it and not get what I want. Like, that's right. That's silly.
That was actually the exact words we said. We would rather not sell it.
So we let that thing fall through. We were like, all right.
No, thanks. Bye-bye.
And then the 805 people didn't the people who had, what was their names? Anyways, the other people, the people that were 8,000 over, they were like 8 or 5,000 over. They didn't counter back. Right.
Yeah.
And, so we were back at square one. So now we're having to show the house.
Right.
Trying to show this house while children are distance learning.
People are at home.
I would have to pack the kids into the car while they were still in class, drive up the street. I had a hotspot that their laptops were connected on, have the hotspot in the car, and just sit and wait there for 30 minutes until the people left. And then come in, spray down all the handles, spray down all the doorknobs, let the dogs out from the side of the house. Yeah. This was happening.
Put the dogs in the dog run. This was happening for what, 2 weeks?
I don't know. It felt like a
2-3
month.
weeks.
It felt longer than that.
And finally, I came to the decision, like, you know what? After, I think we gave it a month. We said we'd keep it on the market for a month, and then we would like pull it off the market.
And then we would pull it off the market. And because the fact of the matter is, I had a talk with the realtor, and I said, I think we priced it too low. I was like, you were expecting there to be a bidding war for us to be able to sell it at the price that we wanted, but there wasn't. And so now we're selling it below. I said, now, but if we're honest, because I said, I'm still going to be honest about this. If we're honest, the estimate you gave us was way higher than we ever thought.
Way higher.
That we would sell it. So let me not pretend as if that wasn't something that you put in my.
However, what we thought we would sell the house for, we didn't think about until a year prior when we said we want to sell the house for this much, but that was in a completely different market.
Mm-hmm.
So had we sat back and reassessed, we probably would have came close to the price that they gave us. Maybe not as much because he was up there high.
He was up high.
I thought maybe halfway to that point.
Yeah, maybe. We had another offer come through. We were excited. It was a young couple.
Yeah.
There was a half black, half Asian couple. They drew the house on a picture.
Yeah, wrote us a letter.
They were animators. They were just like, oh my gosh. And this was so funny. Oh, we forgot to tell this. We had our pictures up.
No. They were still up.
No, not for those people.
Oh, okay. So let me go back. So one, we couldn't figure out what was going on. And I was just like, it's like, and I'm going back, I'm looking at security footage, like, who's coming to look at this house? And I said, something ain't right for our house. Most of these houses have been on the market some houses go on the market on Friday. They got offers on Friday. They under contract Sunday night. It's usually when everybody reviews offers. Or Monday morning, everything that we see is always under contract already. And I'm like, something is not right about this. Why? Like, I'm looking at our house like, there's no reason. We looking at houses that sold. It's like somebody bought this and not ours. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I said, Angel, it's our pictures. It's because we black. They ain't putting no offers on our house. They looking at this house and they seeing this is a black family's house, not this is just a house.
Yes.
So I went in the house. I took every single picture of us down. Us and the kids, anything pointing to us being black, I took out, put it in the garage.
Artwork, that was everything. Like black. So Colin had to come down. Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. The Black Angel had to come down.
She had to come down. Our family pictures, everything.
So
took that down on I think that was a Thursday. Friday, people came look at the house. We had 2 or 3 offers that weekend.
We had
right away.
We had the 2 offers. It was just the 2.
You forgetting some offers that were put down and then withdrew, because that happened like twice. All right, but anyway, we had offers right away, like as soon as we took in pictures.
Now the black and Asian people, they saw me, so they knew I was black, and they were like, let's let you know what. I was just because I had parked around the corner and I saw them look at me, and I tried to like play it off.
And they're young too. They could have looked at the contract or whatever and just looked us up, like
you do.
I do every single time we got an offer. I was like Googling, who is this? Oh, yeah. Okay. So this lady actually went to court and blah blah blah. Like, you pull up all kinds of history on that stuff,
right?
So it could have easily been done. But anyway, we did that. So this couple, it was them and somebody else that put an offer. They had a better offer, and
the couple had a better offer.
Yeah, the younger couple that saw Angel had a better offer. And so we were going through the process negotiating. They wanted a credit back for a couple of things. We're like, cool, you can get a credit back, no problem.
They didn't ask for a credit.
Yes, they did.
I remember the contract.
What did they ask for?
They wanted the appliances. They wanted the chandelier. They were like, please don't mess with the wallpaper. The thing that they would not agree upon was a rent back.
They came in at this. And they ended up doing wanting this because they wanted that back. Go look at the contract. That's exactly what happened.
Okay, Sassy McSassy.
God dang. Anyway, they wanted the credit back, which we were cool with, and they wanted put in there. They put in their letter. We know you're attached to the chandelier, but if you would let it go or whatever, and we were like, that's not gonna kill the contract. No, we just said we were gonna say no because if they want this house, they're not gonna let this chandelier be the reason they don't get it. Simple as that.
So let me tell you about our third sponsor, Apostrophe. Now, y'all know I had a pimple on my chin that was the size of Hiroshima. And I was like, dear God, why is this happening to me? Why? I was like, thank God for Apostrophe, honey, because we can talk to these online professional dermatologists. I ain't got to leave my house. I ain't got to sit in no drive-through at the pharmacy because my prescription will be sent directly to my new house. Let me tell you, when it comes to skincare, it needs to be customizable, okay? Because everybody's skin is different. What makes one person's skin clear might not be what the next person needs. So this is what's so great about Apostrophe as well. It's so simple to set up. All you do is you go online, fill out their online questionnaire, you snap a couple of pictures, and then very quickly, a dermatologist will get back to you with your customized treatment plan. And I'm not sure if y'all can see this. I have, from my pimple, I have a dark spot. This is called post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, or PIH. That is something that prescriptive medication can get rid of effectively and fast. Okay. So you have to decide what you want to do with your skin. You can't just be out here just trying what everybody else is trying. You need a professional to tell you what's going to work. Don't be sending your skin through the trials and tribulations. Recently, my niece trying something that she saw on TikTok, burnt her skin off. She needed to be trying Apostrophe and talking to a licensed dermatologist. That's what I told her. I said, girl, you better quit playing with your skin. Get it with a professional. Ain't that right?
Who tried something on TikTok?
Everybody do. Everybody do. But this is what we want you to do. Get $50 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/isthis. And use our code ISTHIS. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/isthis and click begin visit. Then use the code ISTHIS at sign up, and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That is apostrophe.com/isthis. And use the code ISTHIS to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring this podcast.
So yeah, back to the young couple. They didn't want to do the rent back. Rent back is when you can stay in the house after close for a certain amount of time and you pay them back. You pay rent. You pay rent basically daily. You have a fee daily every day you're in the house up to a certain point. Like you could do rent back for 5 days, 10 days, whatever you decide.
You can do it up to 29 days.
Up 29 days. So they didn't want to do that. And then
so that was a huge deal breaker for us.
Yeah, that was one for us. We were like, eh. And then we were coming up with solutions, but also our realtor let us know that they had talked to someone within their family and said because the house is because it's an older house, you don't want to inherit someone else's problems or something. So that like scared them away.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too. And that was there because I was like, must have been his people.
Well, for us, it wasn't going to work out. There was no way we were going to be able to work out if. Go ahead and say, Kim, please.
Yeah, work out the rent back.
So the reason why we needed rent back is because we still had to pick him up, take him outside or upstairs.
Outside or upstairs. No. Thank you.
So let me tell you why rent back was a necessity. We have 2 dogs.
2 dogs, 4 kids.
And also a big thing is one of our dogs is huge.
Yeah.
And he is a breed that people who own property and rent property aren't too keen of allowing on their property. There's certain breeds like that, like pit bulls, German shepherds, Rottweilers, and anything that's in the bully breed type of. So we already knew that renting, because that was the thing the realtor kept trying to sell us on. Just sell your house and rent. Now here's the problem.
Or you could just tell them you have just a large dog, but Angel has to be Miss Honesty. Like,
even still, it's difficult to be able to rent with 2 dogs. It's very hard. I'm like, even if we did tell, but if they showed up and saw that dog and it didn't look
they don't know what he is. He old.
I said, if they showed up and saw that dog and it didn't look like what they envisioned, that is still cause for them to be like, because some owners will ask you to send a picture of your dog. And if it looked like something that might be too aggressive, they're like, yeah. Even when we were trying to do the Airbnb, I asked the dude, this is a different Airbnb. I said, do you have an enclosed yard? And now, mind you, his Airbnb says pets welcome. And he was like, yes, but what is the breed of your dog? And I put Cane Corso, but he's really old. He barely moves. He was like, I'm sorry, we are not available for you to rent.
So you should have said Labrador.
Yeah, and I could have. And he could have asked for a picture.
You send him a picture of a Labrador. It's called Google.
I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that to have.
That kept your ass on the market one night looking for an Airbnb. You did that.
But then what we would have done if he would have kicked us out?
Show up.
You ain't got to. They be having cameras.
All right. Anyway, what was you saying?
Anywho, so us renting was going to be. I even looked up rental properties. We would have been spending so much money. It was doing fine on my side.
On my side, it's completely out.
So we would have been spending so much money renting. That's fine.
I just fixed it, girl.
You gonna quit with your little attitude?
I ain't got an attitude. I'm just letting you know what it was right here. I could see the light switch behind me, so I know I could see it on here.
No, I'm saying that would have been fine. That's all I was trying to say, Marcus. That's it. That's all I was trying to say.
She knows so much.
What does that have to? I just said it would be fine. The video would have looked all right. So I knew how difficult it was going to be for us to rent. And I did not want the stress of it. And he kept being like, yeah, you could just, and then wait until the market cools down. Let me tell y'all how much it would have cost us to rent the same size house that we were living in, more than likely smaller. It was going to cost us probably like $4,500. Yeah, to rent something similar to what we were selling. We don't pay that much in no mortgage for that old house to be wanting to pay higher. Not only that, more likely we will have to move. We were gonna have to rent far out because the rental properties in LA.
Like, I don't know. I don't know how people afford to rent. Like, I know people paying rent. And I'm like, how are you not buying a house? Yeah.
So we were like, no, we're not doing that. So the other offer came in. It was a woman who owns a business that wanted to turn our house into a convalescent home. And we were like, all right, cool.
We don't care.
She barely gave us a over asking. Like, she gave us a penny over asking. She was like, there you go. Yeah. But she too was not willing to do rent back, but she was willing to do an extended escrow. So that's the part that we forgot to mention. So we needed a rent back because you need to be able to close. You can never close on the same date if you're waiting for the money from one to fund the money for the new one. So there's going to be a couple of day difference, or worse, couple of weeks difference. So we needed someone who would allow us to go over a 30-day escrow or stay after the escrow. That's what we did at our old house, the first house we owned. We rented back to the people who owned our house for a week so that we could close on the house that we now own. So we're like, 60-day escrow. So once we get into escrow with this person, and because it's a business, she didn't want the chandelier. She wanted the appliances, but she gave all that up. The fact of the matter is, this woman is probably gonna make about $10,000 a month. It was
a business move. There was no emotional connection.
Yeah, she
was
was
her get in the house. She was just like, Nick, just get up out my house,
because she's gonna have to do a lot of renovating to make it the business that she wants it to be. But she gonna make some guap. So we hit the ground running. Now, the way our situation worked is that we had a realtor to help us sell the house. Then we had a separate realtor to help us buy a house. Here comes the buy realtor. He is the most long-winded, sweethearted man.
A lot more long-winded than Angel, believe it or not.
Which, I mean, I'm not long-winded. So he was very honest with us. And let me tell y'all about the market. There was this house, y'all. There was this house we loved.
Everywhere right now. I'm sure if anybody out there is in the market or been looking, y'all know it's crazy, ridiculous across the country. Mm-hmm. But California is on some old bullshit.
Okay, so there's a house that we love, right? Y'all, it's so Californian. It's ranch style. It's got a lot of like windows in the back. There's a pool. There's a huge yard. It's literally in the neighborhood that we have been salivating
you love
over.
That house. I ain't love that house. The one with the real big glass in the front?
No, this is the one that you thought was an addition. And then when we went, you remember the lady took us on the tour, the lady that we really liked?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the one that needed a lot of work.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, that house.
So
its house needed so much work, but the size of the lot and the size of the land, I'm like, we going all in.
Let me tell you this.
I'm talking about I'll stop eating to get this house.
There was this one room that was going to be perfect for the twins. It was so perfect that you enter the room and then there were two exits from the room, not the entrance that I'm talking about, two exits that entered into twin closets that had twin vanities that faced each other. Yeah. Like it was I had never seen anything like it.
It was all old. Like there was not a piece of the house that we could just leave the way it is. Everything was going to have to be upgraded. Popcorn ceiling throughout, gonna have to do all that, all the floors. What was dope is the master suite was like all the rooms was on one side. Everything was on one side of the house, and it was big enough to put the master suite over on the opposite side.
This house had wings. It had a east wing and a west wing. Like I wouldn't, if somebody was like, "Oh, y'all got wings," I would have been like, "You're actually correct." Yes, I would not even take it as. I mean, it had something that should have been a wet room, but it was a restroom off of the pool. Like you come into the house, but it had carpet in there. So that's how old this thing was. So we're gonna try to be aggressive, okay? And I think we were like offering, what was it, like 25 over?
I think it was like 50.
We were able to go up to 50.
Yeah, we went up to 50,000 over.
We were like 50,000 over asking. That's how we come in, right?
Somebody came in at $250,000 over asking price for that house. A house that needed $150,000, probably $200,000 worth of work. They came in $250,000 over the asking. How much sense does that make?
So this is the type of war we entered, right? And we were like, oh.
We was like, I'm sorry. They did what? Like, what? And
not only that, these are cash offers.
Cash. This ain't no contingent upon me selling and all this type of stuff. These people coming in, dropping, here's a suitcase. We don't want to do all of that. Cash.
And we're like, we got to talk to the bank, okay? We got to talk.
See the way my bank account work, if it ain't in on one day, then I probably got to go check it. Yeah. That was just the first one.
Right.
This happened across the board with everything that we looked at.
We put in offers for 3 different houses before we got to the house that we got. There was another house. We were like, bet. It had a pool. It had this huge loft room upstairs. Again, it needed some work, but we were like, we can do this.
Aggressive. Let's come in. Let's do it.
I wrote these people a note, a letter. Listen, this is
this is what I be telling Miss Naive Honesty over here.
I'm writing these letters.
The realtor said, you all are a very attractive family. You are a beautiful family. You're very attractive. Make sure you include your picture.
He didn't say make sure you include the picture.
He just said we're an attractive family.
He said we were attractive, but he was like, Angel, write a letter.
First of all, in the Huxtable world over here.
What you're not about to do is shade me because my letters not impeccable.
They were impeccable.
My letters.
I wanted to buy you. I wanted to sell you my house.
My letters, I'm talking about, I made these people's houses feel like you walking into the gates of heaven. I was like, upon entering your home, I was welcomed By the glorious chandelier, I could envision my children running in from school and putting down their backpacks in the mud room. And then the serenity of the pool in the backyard to help us with the chaos of the world. Like, I'm telling you, but then
at the bottom of the picture, she got out
of the letter. So
niggas.
No. Listen, shut up. So at the top of the letter, in a Polaroid frame, I had a picture of the house, their house. And at the bottom of the letter, in another Polaroid frame, I had a picture of us. It was the picture that Joshua Gons took of us, and we're just looking cute, just looking like mahogany, Hallmark mahogany cards.
And they looked at that picture and said, "Look at these monkeys trying to buy my house." However, it didn't work. The angel didn't see the light yet.
So, and our offers were good.
We had good offers,
and I was because this is what we had decided. We were like, either we come hard because we can't afford to be homeless, or like we don't do this at all. So that offer got declined. They were like, they decided to go with a cash offer. We were like, God. So now we're getting nervous. We're like, another cash offer.
So then we go back to our realtor, the one helping us sell our house.
And we were like,
look, we need to back out of this.
Can we cancel? We want to cancel.
He offered no assistance whatsoever. Only thing he said is, you're going to have to reach out to what did he say?
A real estate attorney.
A real estate attorney.
I said, no, you're going to reach out to these buyers and tell them we want to cancel and see what they say. Because they might be ready.
It was a much longer conversation than that. Like, we tore into him. I told him, I said, we told you at the beginning of this that we did not have to, because he kept talking about, well, you're going to lose. I don't want to lose this sale. I'm just worried about having a successful sale. I said, it's not successful if we don't have anywhere to go. It's not successful if we don't get what we want. I told you at the beginning of this, I'm going to pop the same champagne if I don't sell as if I do sell. I don't have to sell and we want to back out. Right now, you have these buyers' intentions more in mind than you have our intentions. And that's dead wrong. And he starts backpedaling and all this bullshit.
So I had to be like, what I had to say and what I had to do was I had to talk to a couple other realtors. And I said, so can we cancel a deal? And they were like, don't you have the contingency on of you successfully finding a house?
We're like, what?
I was like, that's a contingency that we could have? They were like, yeah, you should have. Look at your contract. It's definitely in there.
Yeah.
That you are selling your home as long as you can purchase a new home. And I was like,
3 different realtors. Even the realtor.
2
different. No. Who was the other one?
No, you the one who said 3.
No. Who was the 2 realtors that you said?
My black girlfriend and then the one helping us buy a house.
And what about my brother, my god, BJ's sister-in-law? She said the same thing.
I don't remember if she ever gotten back to me on like.
No, when I talked to her.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Anyway, we had 3 different realtors. It was like, but it's always in every contract. That's what they do. You put in a contingency upon you selling to protect yourself. And we're like, hold on, what are you talking about?
So I go back to him and I said, hey, because this is me. I'm heated, but I'm keeping a level head this entire time because I still realize that our future is still stuck with him. Like we couldn't sever anything with him. It was what it was. So I was like, hey, I talked to a couple of different realtors and they all talked about this contingency of filing of like, making sure we bought a house, making sure that we had a house to buy, before we sold. He was like, well, yeah, that was just something we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
I was like, got you. I was like, yeah, find out if they want to cancel. If they're going to cancel.
Yeah. He was like, well, find out. Like, we're not leaving you an option. Like, me and him had no more conversations. Like, he knew what was up with me.
So we're back on the hunt, right? Our realtor is just like, don't worry, guys. It's going to work out. The realtor helping us buy.
Yeah, it always works out. Don't worry.
We found our house.
Perfect.
It's like around the corner from Kev and Melissa.
Literally around the corner.
We were like, this is going to be great. And the owners are in the house. We meet the owners.
I meet the owners first.
Yes, he meets.
I chatted up. I'm Mr. Hey, how's it going? You know, they got twins. They have twins, grandchildren, and they got stuff in there. I saw the 2 little trampolines. I'm like, twins? Like, yeah, I got twins too. We sitting there chit-chatting it up. Angel, you got to come see this house. We need to put an offer on it today. I said, be nice. Angel shows up. She's chatty Cathy with the lady. Like, we dang near hug. This little old couple. Oh my goodness.
I was like, this is so great. They got a picture of Jesus at the Last Supper. I was like, okay, they're Christians. I said, I'm gonna play on that. They got enough rooms. There's a view. We were like, there ain't no pool, but the community had a pool. So I said,
yeah, we were good.
Gucci. It felt like being back home in Kentucky. Kids riding their bikes up and down the.
Yeah, everybody, people out in the strollers, walking their little ugly kids around and everything. And then I'm sitting outside and I'm like, because the people, they were Asian. And then we saw some people walking. I saw some kids outside. They were a little Asian family. I was like, Asian community. Okay, cool. I'm Gucci with that.
Gucci.
Absolutely. I was like, hey, how y'all doing?
So we come in aggressive with our
very
offer.
Aggressive.
$150K over asking.
150 over. We were the tip top bid. Nobody else came in. They had somebody else that put in an offer that was down here. They had a cash offer that was between us.
I don't even think. No. They had we were here. The other offer was here. The cash offer was here.
No, they didn't go with the cash offer.
First of all, they sent us through hula hoops.
Yeah, they did.
They sent our realtor a thing. What does Marcus do for a living?
They want to know what I did for a living. Like, what does it matter if I got your damn money?
And what else? They asked for something else. I'm showing them money from all different places. I'm like, I make money here. I make money here. All this stuff. I'm like, what?
Why do they want to know all of this?
Like, we showed them a pre-approval letter. We will get approved for it. And they're like, well,
I don't care if you make money from skinning cats. If you got the money, you can buy my house.
And then they're just like, because what if it doesn't praise for that much? And I'm trying to get everybody to understand.
It doesn't matter.
We have enough cash that will cover it. Like, it's cool. We were moving contingencies left and right. We're like, the only contingency we'll have is the loan contingency. That's it. We won't have no inspection contingency. We won't have an appraisal contingency, termite, nothing. Only the loan contingency. That's it.
They went with the offer below. They didn't even go. If they went with the cash offer, I would have been like, I get it. No stress.
Let me tell you, I checked today. That house still ain't sold. It's still pending.
Good.
Huh. They would have went with us. The house would have been sold.
Been out of there.
Okay. So then there's the house that we're in. So
I'm online. I'm looking.
We both looking.
I'm looking. I'm like, this house is dope. Been on the market for 5 days.
No, I thought, wait a minute. I sent it to you. You were just like, what is all this in here? You there's the certain feature that you were just like, what is
I did say that.
And I was just like, and this is where this was you. Because I was like, it's almost out of our budget. We can't.
I'm like, so? We'll go in right and asking. I don't care. Only thing they can do is say no.
Right. He was like, we'll right. He said, we'll offer what we can offer and let's see. So we see the vision that the house itself was such a good size that we were like, we can look.
Because Angel was getting the size wrong. She was like, yeah, I think it's this size. And I'm like, no, it was 2 different sizes that she had in mind of 2 different houses. I'm like, the one that we went and saw today is not that. We saw this one.
Yeah.
It's got to be this size.
Right.
I was like, I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm looking down the hallway like, that's a long way.
Exactly. So I was like, oh. So I was like, okay, let's do this. This is the thing. The price.
We know somebody's going to come in. They could have came in. We knew somebody was going to come in with something stupid.
So here's the thing. The house had already been on the market.
It's on the market.
For some time. They had to drop the price because it had fallen out of escrow and they weren't getting any activity. So they dropped the price significantly. That's how it fell within our price range. Because this house is out of our price range. We cannot, at our current state, afford what this house is actually worth. So it was a blessing that whatever deal they had before did not work out. And so
they put it back on the market.
The owners were like, we need you to sell this because this is not their main house. This was a rental house. So they, I mean, dropped it low. And so it finally picked up
like
in our
right
search.
at the peak. Like this is our peak, and it was like right here.
And so it dropped into our search.
So we had like $1 left to put over asking, just so it ain't
just like the woman did our house. Bing, bing, this is what we got for you. So we go see it, and we know we have to act fast. We know we can't be sitting on our heels, so we tell our realtor,
now do it. Go.
This is the offer. This price. Remove these contingencies. Yada yada yada. Our realtor was like, okay. He put back in so many contingencies that I didn't realize. I was like, he was like, we need to protect you.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to protect you. Okay. We're like, all right.
Why are you making him sound like my gynecologist?
I ain't never met your gynecologist. Oh.
Yes, you have.
Oh, yeah. He's a guy. I guess he is a gynecologist.
And so, they were trying to drag their feet. Now, with these offers, they have 3 days to respond, right?
And we need them to respond right now.
Come on.
Because somebody's going to come in way over what we ask, as they should.
So, their realtor, you talk about Inspector Gadget.
She's calling she broke laws checking up. On our loan, on us.
Now, mind you, first and foremost, I took our picture off of this letter.
Yeah, she's typing up the letter. I said, take the.
No, I asked you. I said, should I take the picture off this time? You were like, nigga, did you put
put that damn picture back on there? Let nobody else see our black asses. Take that picture off.
So I took our pictures off, and I just had the picture of the house on there again. Writing this beautifully orchestrated letter, which
I shredded that picture.
Loved.
Everybody loves the letter. Letters are beautiful. They just don't want to see our black ass, big ass teeth smiling all in the picture.
So she called our loan broker. She called the escrow company that our other house was in.
Yeah.
But she calling them. They had to call me and be like, there's a woman calling that she does not have legal right to this information. You have to actually tell me that she can have this information. And I was just like, she's tripping. This chick is like, she basically want us to try to close escrow in like 12 days. And we're like, ma'am.
Literally, that's not possible with what's going on.
So we were able to get a very short, because our loan broker off the chain.
He's off the hook.
Was able to shrink our days. Usually the loan contingency is 30 days. He shrank that puppy down to 19 and did it in 17.
Yeah.
We had a 5-day home inspection. We had a black inspector. He got here on day 2, did that whole inspection, gave it to us because something he did do. And he was like, okay, black people. We had our house that we were selling inspected, and we put that with the offer on the house.
Yeah, like we ain't had nothing. Here you go.
You gonna know about every single nook and cranny of this house.
I mean, he was finding stuff on our old house and this house that I don't even think to look at. Y'all know I'm extremely meticulous when I'm looking at houses. I'm like, yeah, dang.
I wanted to be like, quit talking bad about my house.
I know. I was offended. I'm like, first of all, you don't even know me like that to be labeling. Why you got 3 pages? You could have did it in 1.
Right. So then, so the inspection turns out great, which we figured it would. Looking at the house, we were like, other than like some weird choices that we wouldn't have made, this house looks like it's in pristine condition.
I mean, it's a newer house too.
So, okay. So wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me rewind. We jumped through all these hoops and they counter us. And I think the counter was sitting in front of us for a couple of seconds.
She was still removing her finger from seeing when we sent it back, like, we sign, go. Sign.
Here we go.
What else you want?
So they accepted our offer. But let me tell y'all what happened after they accepted our offer.
As soon as they accepted our offer, they got so many phone calls.
They got 2 cash offers above asking that would have wiped us out.
Like, clearly, like, knocked us all the way out.
So we're moving fast. We're getting all of our loan paperwork in. Anything our loan person needs, I'm getting scanned in with a matter of seconds. Yeah. You need bank statement? We got a bank statement. You this? We got this. So we ready, set to go. We go do our last walkthrough of the house. We're like, everything's good.
Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, look at this house. What?
Our realtor is like, So your buyers are funding your house today, right? And I was like, I don't know, but they should be, because we're not even paying attention to our buyers
anymore. Because at this point, our buyers, we're under the assumption that our buyers are just waiting on us. Like, y'all need to hurry up and find a house and get out of my house so I can start my business.
Because they said they did not want to cancel the contract.
Right. They did let us extend escrow by what?
They said they would let us extend it by 15 days. We hadn't exhausted the days we had yet. We were trying to give them as much heads up that we wanted to cancel, so that if they wanted to do something else, they would have time. So when they said no, we said, okay, we're going to try really hard again to find a house and stick by our word to sell this house, since we signed.
Otherwise, we're going in arbitration. We was going to fight this out in court.
Oh yeah, they were going to be sweet.
Like, we was more than willing to just go to
be
court.
Petty, and y'all going to be wrapped up in this for a year, because trying to get an appointment at a court right now is trash. So we're like, all right, and we had already, when we got the offer accepted on this house, we signed for a closing date on our old house. We all agreed on the 5th. We would close on our old house.
Yeah.
And then we would close on this house on the 7th. That's how it's supposed to be. The 5th of April.
And 7th.
And then the 7th. So on the 3rd, the 2nd of April, our realtor was like,
the realtor helping us find a house. He's like, so you're closing today, right?
Your funding.
Your loan is funding today, right?
Because let me tell y'all the order, just in case you all don't know, because I had to ask for this order multiple times. You fund, then you sign loan docs, then you fund, then you record. That's when you're closed.
Yeah.
When you record.
It's like one day, usually the funding, you sign one, usually the next day you fund, then 3 days after that you record.
No, you don't have to be 3 days. It was because the weekend happened.
Oh, weekend, sorry.
So it can be back to back.
So it can be back to back, but it's usually that process is going to be 3 days. That's why we were closing on one day, the 5th, and then getting the keys to this on the 7th.
Because our mortgage person was like, more than likely, I can have you all sign docs and fund on the same day if we do it fast.
But anyway, go ahead.
So I text the realtor and I said, hey, are our buyers funding today? ... First thing I get is ask such and such and such and such at escrow.
We ain't talking to such and such at escrow.
I didn't even get a chance to say that. I didn't even get a chance to say that. My phone rang immediately. He was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I saw the name and thought it was another person named this, because there were actually 2 other angels working on the selling of our house. He was like, we have been trying to contact them since last week and we have gotten no response. It had been like
a week and a half.
I was like, what?
No response from these people for a week and a half. And you ain't let us know nothing.
I was like, how can nobody send nothing? How come?
Nobody.
I said, y'all know we signed. They signed. We signed. Everybody signed that we were closing on the 5th.
So now these assholes is in breach. Well, they're not yet.
They were about to be. So we had to do a demand to perform. So demand to close, notice to perform. You were right. So that they would be they would be in breach of contract come Monday, which they were, because they didn't have any close and disclosure documents. That's the one you got 3 days for.
Yeah.
Then so you got 3 days for.
What was it that I made them put the timestamp on? Remember, he said, I'll make sure that they sign this by first thing in the morning. I said, no, they need to sign it by 8 o'clock in the morning. That was the last thing. That was when they had to pay a per diem. Yeah, pay the per diem. And he was like, we haven't gotten there yet. Oh, but we need to get there. Okay, we're going to speed this up. Okay. We don't have it's called the CDs. In the California state law is that after you sign it, the buyer has 3 days before you can get out loan docs, because that is the buyer's chance to look over the terms of the loan and decide if it's a good loan or not. Right. So we had already signed our CDs for this house, and our buyers hadn't signed their CD. We were like, what? So I'm talking about, we called their lender. We're like, I'm emailing them, losing it. We literally call their lenders like, look, this is the situation that we in. What is going on? Because we are in danger of losing the house that we're trying to buy. And if we lose that house, your client is not getting this house.
So they're saying, oh, the lender's not responding. That's not responding. And then our buyer is not tech savvy. So things like scanning in a document, because we almost thought we got out of selling our house because we didn't agree to do something. We didn't get no. They didn't get our house appraised on time.
Yeah.
And so they had to remove the contingency. And so we were like, bet. They had until 11:59 at night. And it was 10:30 at night, and that goddamn thing came through.
It did. We were sitting down eating like. But anyway, fast forward. Now we
all week we're in the closing disclosures because we were about to be in breach of contract on Wednesday. They didn't get those goddamn closing disclosures to them until Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday after they were supposed to close, because the lender wasn't responding. And the lender was like, we weren't aware of what these timelines that you speak of. And the client has not given us the documents we've asked for.
We're like, what documents?
We will go help her find them.
They're like, yeah, she's not very tech savvy. I'm like, give me her address and I will print this stuff out for her.
So we're like, okay, CDs on Thursday, loan docs, right? We're expecting loan docs on Friday. Come on. No loan docs. They said, we're just waiting on a couple of papers from her. Okay. All right. And now our sellers are pissed off at us because we're now on Friday.
Yeah.
We were supposed to close the past Wednesday. And so they were like, so guess what y'all gonna have to do? Y'all gonna have to pay us a certain lump sum of money every single day you all don't close.
We said, absolutely. No problem. To keep you happy, we will definitely do that. So they sent us that. And we then told our selling agent, like, hey, they're going to be paying X amount of dollars for every day that we don't close, because that's what our sellers are asking for. So make sure they do that. He said, okay, I'll have them sign this first thing in the morning. I said, no. They need to sign it by 8 o'clock. Put that in the contract. If it's not signed and done by 8 o'clock, they're in breach of contract. It's off, and we get like 3% of their cash.
Their earnest deposit.
So which they don't want to come up off of that money.
It was going to be a nice
piece of change for us to be happy with.
So he put in the email, let this email reflect, this is the formal cancellation of contract if this document is not signed by 8 a.m. on Saturday.
7:55 a.m. they sign it and send it over.
So we back. The clock is back on. It's just like going in overtime over and over again. Monday comes. Where are the loan docs? This is when we call the lender.
Yeah,
what is happening? I was like, I thought over the weekend they were gonna get you the stuff. She was like, yeah, it was bank statements. The woman needed to get them bank statements. She got the loan docs on Tuesday morning. So we're like, okay, guys, when are we funding? When is this happening? Long story short, we finally closed on Wednesday on our house. So now we need all of our people to be Fred Flintstone and get all get it all done. It was so crazy. Finally, at I don't know what time, sometime on Friday. This is why we were supposed to have been doing a party with Patreon for me celebrating 100 subscribers, as well as this being 1 year of Patreon on Friday. All Friday.
No, we'll start moving. The trucks that showed up, we'll start moving our truck. We didn't get the keys to this house until like 2:30 p.m. on Friday.
That's when we finally
both trucks were already full. The dudes went to go eat. They sitting waiting on us to say, y'all can come unload the trucks. It was like an hour and a half. The trucks had been loaded, and we just sitting there waiting.
We finally got the key and they unloaded, and the moving process was 15 hours.
15 hours. They showed up at 8. They didn't get done until 12.
Yes.
And they, And I like it. When y'all saw, if y'all in the vlog, y'all saw we started recording everything pointing up. That's why.
We had boxes.
Stacked to the ceiling.
All behind us.
All behind, like boxes everywhere. Like that's why all the vlogs was like it. It's like, yeah, what's going on, family? So it's because it had to block all the boxes. But that had been since December.
It was
not
crazy.
December, since January. Our house was full of boxes.
Full of boxes. Y'all got a lot of car vlogging. Y'all got a lot of my back to our bed headboard.
But yeah, that's why. What was that? If y'all watched the Bald and Beautiful, that's why I'm like sore and tired and allergies. Like Saturday morning, y'all, my back gave up on Friday, and then it said, you know what? We'll just make you pay for it tomorrow.
If you look at our last podcast, you should see that my office is getting sparse. There was one Zooming with
y'all
the homies.
Y'all looking at it like, your office is so clean. Nah, it was empty.
There was one Zooming with the homies that I was in the corner filming. The last Zooming with the homies, the one that Tahir was telling my business. I had the camera angled off to the corner like, hey guys, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but we're gonna share this office. I got some dope ideas for this office.
I can't wait to hear them and us compromise and come up with a plan that we both want.
I feel like you would like it.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Y'all see how she just basically shot it down?
No. How
I'm glad you have a plan, and then you can tell me what it is so we can compromise on some things.
What I mean by compromise is both of us get stuff in here that we want.
Yeah.
How is that a bad? Why are you taking?
Because it was already moving in that direction. I just said some dope ideas,
and I said
not like I have a finished product.
I know that.
Okay.
Nothing that I said negated that.
It's gonna be dope.
I guess I don't know what's wrong with you, but I can't wait till it's not wrong anymore.
Same here.
I'm in a good mood.
Me too.
Not if you're taking everything I say as a negative.
I ain't taking it negative.
You did. You just took what I said as a negative. That's okay. Exactly.
Yeah, I did.
That's what he did.
Yeah, y'all. It's been a lot. Since January. It's been a whole lot. Kiss my ass. It's been a whole lot. And this weekend was definitely a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it finally all came. Now we in here and it's even more stressful, it seems. Boxes are everywhere.
The boxes is so plain. It's so frustrating. So yeah, we're getting it together. And yeah, you all will see it piece by piece. But yeah. You guys, thank you all for sitting on here with us and hearing this story. You all are the first to know. Everybody else got to wait until the podcast tomorrow. Please check out our sponsors, Best Fiends and Bulldog Online.
Yeah.
Use our promo code so they know that you love their products and you heard about them from us. And keep rolling with us. We'll have a lot of house to home content, a lot of project content from Marcus. And once we get this together, I really am excited for us to be able to do an office reveal to you all once we know what this is going to look like.
But y'all hold off on man shit. You got a few more orders I'm getting out. But when that does come back out, I'm going to have the website redone and everything.
Okay. Yeah, because I did that website. He can get a professional now. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on in here. Yes, and congratulations to my niece who is now my Sarah. Okay, guys. Love you all.
Yeah, have a good one, fam.
Oh,
what?
And yes, there will be new content coming up on Tanksley TV. So
yes,
go ahead and go over
TV,
and
y'all.
subscribe. We'll start putting content up hopefully this week, but the channel exists already, so you can go ahead and start subscribing over there.
That's where y'all gonna see all the goodness.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.